What's going on, everyone? CJ back here with a brand new episode of the Madden 24 St. Louis Sentinels Franchise. That is right, welcome back. 4 games left here in season number 2. Boom, boom, boom. We are 7-6, which is last place in the NFC East, yes, but look how competitive this division is. The NFC East everybody is within 1 to 2 games of one another. 7-6 in most divisions. That's good enough to have you at least 3, I feel like, maybe even 2. I mean, maybe if you're playing in the NFC South, maybe even number 1, right? But we got the Cowboys here at 9-4. We got the Eagles and the Giants, the Giants, mark your calendar, next week, week 16, that game is going to be huge. And then, of course, us, 7-6. But taking a look at the playoff picture here. Now, last week, during the bye week, I did all that stuff off camera. We actually were momentarily in the 7th seed. Now it looks like the Falcons have crept back up in there, so they must have won last week. But so far, 3 of the NFC East teams are in the playoffs as of right now. The Cowboys are the 2nd seed, the Giants are the 6th seed, the Eagles are the 5th seed, and the Carolina Panthers, who we play today, are currently the number 4 seed. So surely with the win today, that could sneak us back into that 7th seed of the playoff push. So this game is actually much bigger than I thought. And I would definitely now label this a must-win, taking on the Carolina Panthers today. We'll take a quick look here at our remaining schedule. And if you're wondering why some of these games say played to, my PS5 overheats like every other time, sometimes every time I record. And, you see some of these are L's, so I'm not out here doing anything fishy. But if you're wondering why some of these games say played to, that is because my PS5 overheats at times and it kicks me out. And when you go back into the game, for whatever reason, it registers that as like the 2nd time playing. Maybe if it happens again, I won't cut it out so I can show you guys that I'm not just pulling any tomfoolery over here. But our remaining schedule is as follows. We are taking on the Panthers today in Carolina, and then we have a huge divisional game back at home in Sentinel Field in week 16 against the Giants. Panthers and Giants must win games. If we hope to achieve and maintain at least the 7th seed or maybe even higher in the playoff picture, these games are must wins. And then the Browns versus Steelers and at the Browns to close out the season. Those 2 games might be a little bit tougher. Not sure what those teams' records are, but I know the Browns have a stacked roster and the Steelers, they just always have great defense. But this is what the rest of our schedule looks like. And I say 2 wins probably will get us into the playoffs, but really to feel confident about it, I think that we have to at least win 3 out of these 4 next games. Panthers are 7-6, we are 7-6, and the Panthers are a division leader, so they must be tied with the Atlanta Falcons, and they must have a tiebreaker over them. But still, as I mentioned, a win today, I think would definitely shake things up here in the playoff picture. And taking a look at the Panthers roster, seeing what they're working with, they got superstar Bryce Young. Don't know if he will attain his superstar dev trait after this season, but you never know. Miles Sanders and Chuba Hubbard are here as the running backs. And then taking a look at their wide receivers, Adam Thielen, still wide receiver number 1, which he shouldn't be a wide receiver number 1 in this stage of his career. KJ Hamler has found his way to Carolina. And then Jonathan Mingo, the Panthers' 2nd round pick in this year and in 2023 in real life, 2024 in this franchise. So he was their 2nd round pick last year. You guys get what I'm saying. It's the whole time travel back to the future thing can kind of mess with you. Tight end room here, we got Gerald Everett, Ian Thomas, and Tommy Tremble. So nothing really to write home about. Ike Ekwonu, one of the league's up and coming premier left tackles, is going to be on the offensive line here to go along with Brady Christensen. Connor McGovern and Bradley Bozeman are the centers. Austin Corbett and Taylor Moton, who is actually injured, so no Taylor Moton. So Derek Jones, rookie out of Alabama, will be starting at right tackle for the Panthers. I have to go blitz counter today. The Panthers have a pretty good edge rushers. They got Mike Dana and they got Derek Brown on the left and the right side. And then rookie Zach Gordon out of UCLA. We'll see if he is any good. He's a star development player, so he may be causing some havoc down there on the D-line. Not too sure, but we shall see. And then the man who needs no introduction at all, Brian Burns. That's why I said They got a pretty good pass rush. Shaq Thompson and Kenneth Murray are the Mikes, and then DJ Johnson will round out the linebacking core. Cornerbacks, they got J.C. Horn, Dante Jackson, Levi Wallace, so some pretty decent pieces there. Jeremy Chin, a very good free safety, and at strong safety, they have 3 of them for whatever reason. Von Bell will be seeing a majority of the action. And then Eddie Pinheiro and Cameron Johnston, the former Ohio State Buckeye, are your kickers and punters. Panthers not really great in any offensive category here, and part of me does want to go defend the run, but with Bryce Young here, I think we'll start out defending the short pass. He seems to have his highest QB rating when he is slinging the ball 10 or less yards downfield, so we'll do defend the short pass at least to start. And I was thinking about going blitz counter. I see that they are 8th in the league in sacks, so that pretty much kind of cements my decision. Now, maybe tough to hit some of those drags and some of those shorter passes, but there's always going to be a trade-off. If you pick one of these things, there's always going to be a trade-off in something else. And you can see here, I did add Jartavius Martin back into our focus player. I had 2 offensive linemen in there, and it's just, there's no point because offensive linemen don't get mini games, at least not yet. I really think that EA should add that, but as of right now, they haven't. But let's actually jump into some quick DB battle drills here with Jartavius Martin. Jartavius Martin, he has definitely had a smaller role in the defense than he did last year. Thinking about maybe moving him back into that slot corner role. Need a pick. Oh, wow. We just got completely owned there by Jahan Dotson. But yeah, ever since the departure of Derek Forrest, Martin's role has definitely diminished, and Diamador Lenore is now playing in that slot corner role as opposed to Martin. That should be a pick. There we go. Already up to bronze now. And we will end up getting gold with Jartavius Martin, as you wouldn't be able to tell by that one, as Martin just let it whiz past his head. And not even really gonna, I suck on these drag routes. Nice defense by Martin. But yeah, as I was saying, Martin's role, he was Defensive Rookie of the Year last year, and most of that came from being in that slot corner role in the nickel, and we'll see if he gets a dev trait today. He will not, unfortunately, so tough luck for Jartavius. And how about this? For the first time in I don't know how long, Sentinels are 100% healthy. So as we go into this late season playoff run, that is absolutely huge. And we're taking on a Carolina Panthers team that 7-6 to me seems like they may have overachieved. So I'm thinking this could be a winnable game. I don't know. We're going to be in Bank of America Stadium away from home. But if you guys are fired up for some more St. Louis Sentinels content and you want to see this team make a late season playoff push, please like the video. Consider subscribing. I am trying to reach 750 subs right now. And subscribing to this channel, if you like Madden content, trust me, you're in the right place. I drop it all the time. So without further ado, guys, let's get down to Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte and get ready for the game. See how this Carolina Panthers team plays here in Madden. We know for those of us who have not been living under a rock, we know how the Carolina Panthers season has gone in real life. But on the off chance that you have been living under the rock, let me tell you what, it hasn't been good. Only 2 wins, but they have 7 wins here in this Maddenverse. And how about JJ Ford? I'm not going to move my face cam. I tried to get it there in time, but whatever. But how about finally last week being clean on the turnover category? He, has had the turnover bug in a lot of these games, and last week he did not have any picks, which I think JJ Ford is probably pretty happy about. So 1st and 10, we'll start out here in the shotgun, see who wants to get open. I see McLaurin on that little shallow crosser, and he gets completely upended there by Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, but it is good for a pickup of 6. This play worked really well last week. We had a deep shot to Jahan Dotson. Will it work the same in this one? I don't know, but we're going to try here on 2nd and 4. May have Dotson leaking out on the wheel. Actually, we have Ford with some room to run. Just don't fumble it, slide. JJ Ford with the nimble feet. I've been trying to make it a point, guys, to do that a little bit more often. First couple games of the season, first half of the season, didn't even really think that was an option, but teams probably not really scouting Ford too much on the ground, which may leave us some room to pick up some yards. Dudley Saxon only picks up 2, but Bart Burns goes down, so that is not a good sign at all. Bart Burns probably going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year. And we only have Logan Thomas and John Bates behind him. So hopefully whatever is ailing Bart, he can just kind of shake it off, get a shot of something, a pill or two, and get himself back on the field. 2nd and 8, we're going to come out shotgun, going to be a boot rollout, and we do have pressure, and Ford's going to take off again. They're giving it to me. I don't like these slide animations, though, because Ford's sliding, and he's kind of getting hit there at the end of his run, and Bart Burns will come back, so that is very good. 3rd down and 2, we're going to go draw play to Robinson, going to run it behind our 2 great offensive linemen, superstar offensive linemen, rookie Will Devlin out of Michigan, and Brandon Scherf. So having a superstar development center and a superstar development right guard there to run behind, I like Brian Robinson's odds, and he is able to pick it up and keep the chains moving. Now, 1st and 10, we're going to come out spread shotgun here in a little levels concept, and I think Bart Burns, who appears to be healthy, back on the field, picking up a gain of 7. 3 yards to go till the 1st down. We'll hand it off to Robinson out of the I form. Robinson could not slip a tackle there of Shaq Thompson as he was waiting, ready to meet Brian at the point of contact. And we find ourselves in another 3rd down situation here. So do we go run or pass? Play action. Coach is suggesting it and not really disagreeing with the coach on that one. So maybe play action, as long as we can get some protection here, should hopefully be able to pick this up. Coverage is great. We're going to go to George, and somehow George catches it. Oh, my God. J.C. Horn was running with him step for step, and now Jeremy Chin, the veteran out of Southern Illinois, goes down. But how about the catch from George Williams, man? J.C. Horn was running with him step for step. It was good defense. I didn't really like any of the routes, but remember, George Williams is 6'9". J.C. Horn is not. And that ball just it doesn't really get much closer than that. Pretty much just went through the hand of J.C. Horn, but it's good enough for a big chain mover. Opening drive from the Sentinels, starting out pretty good, and J.J. Ford has his dots X Factor activated, so you love to see that in the opening stages of the game. We're going to lay this one out for Logan Thomas, who was able to keep the legs churning and pick up a nice gain himself. Ford starting out 4 for 4, so perfect in this early stages of this game. And again, really like the way that Ford played last week and hoping to build off of some of that momentum. So 1st and goal from the 8. We're going to come out single back, going to be another play action rollout. We're just going to check it down to Brian Robinson because I didn't like any of the routes downfield, and pressure was starting to get home. 2nd and goal here at the 5.5-minute mark of the quarter. Going to come out with some drags and also McLaurin maybe on the deep post route. We're going to, that's picked. Is it? Yes, it certainly is. I got hit as I threw it. That ball did not have the velocity on it that I expected. Josh Thomas comes away with the pick. Or no, I didn't even get what. I don't know what that was, man. That was supposed to be a post route, corner route from Terry, and maybe I just didn't hit him on the right break of the route. Not 100% sure, but the great drive is stalled, which we've said that, right, guys, lots of times in this series. Bryce Young, 19 touchdowns, 10 picks, close to 3,000 yards, so playing much better in this made-up fantasy sim world than he is in real life. But we'll see what happens today. So Bryce Young will start from the 20 following the touchback, and that's going to be attempted to be a quick check down there to Jonathan Mingo, who wasn't able to haul it in. I'm going to stick with man coverage here, at least to start. I feel like we do play better in man than zone. May change it up depending on what happens, and that is a great completion there to KJ Hamler, who has found his way to Carolina, and appears Khalil Mack favoring that right leg, I think it is. So
my leg!
Got to watch that, as we already are pretty thin at linebacker. Don't want to have to get any thinner. And Khalil Mack is starting to pick up the pace here. KJ Henry going to come in to replace him. So Bryce Young will start in the shotgun again. And wide open is Adam Thielen, number 19. Easy to pick out the whitey there in the middle of the field. And now Adam Thielen is also injured too. So some key injuries, it would appear, to start this game off. Key injuries, like I said, Khalil Mack done for the day. Khalil Mack has had sort of a resurgence. You know, his First half of the season wasn't really that great, but he's definitely been playing a lot better as of late. So not having him really hurts. And oh, Jartavius Martin could not wrap up Miles Sanders there. Miles Sanders just stiff-armed him to the turf. Emmanuel Forbes finally was able to get him down, but now the Panthers are moving pretty similar to how we were on our opening drive. Hopefully the end result for the Panthers is the same as us too. A pick, that would be awesome. And with Big John Allen back here in the fray, I look for him to have a great game. Bryce Young getting some pressure, somehow able to lay it out there for his receiver on the sideline, and the completion is made. Got extra DBs here in dime coverage, so we're going to go to zone here, go away from man, and there's that middle of the field so open that we always talk about. That's Terrace Marshall, and so far the Panthers definitely not looking like what they look like in real life. They get shut out today. Today's Sunday as I record this, and I know that they lost. They definitely lost to the Jaguars. Want to say maybe they got shut out. I can't remember. Not going to get shut out today as Miles Sanders puts the opening points on the board, and that interception is coming back to haunt us. That also puts Ford at 20 on the season. 20 interceptions, so, you know, it's Madden. Whatever, you're going to throw picks. I got it on all Madden difficulty. You're going to throw picks. I don't care who you are, or I don't know. I guess I shouldn't say that. I don't want any of my mutt all-stars in the comments talking about, CJ, we don't throw picks. That's just you. That's just you, brother. Look, I throw picks. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to throw 20-plus picks a season. Okay, let's see if we can get Brian Robinson going here. We're starting out this drive from the 15, 1st and 10. Brian looking for some blockers on the outside. He has them, looking for the jukes. Got the ball carrier vision. There we go. And now Bart Burns is hurt again. So that would tell me that the injury that he came back from, that may be like a lingering injury, and I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't come back from this next one. I hope he does. I definitely hope he does, but a lot of times when you see players get injured like that, come back in, get injured again, sometimes it's not a good thing. But Brian with some nice holes again, fighting forward, keeping the legs churning, getting it all the way to the 36. And look, what did I say? Bart Burns is done. So that is definitely unfortunate indeed. So we're going to have to do this without the front runner for Rookie of the Year, Bart Burns. Logan Thomas, John Bates going to be having to take extra snaps, or maybe Brian can just keep chucking it along and we won't have to really worry too much about the passing game. Terry's getting pressed, but I don't trust it. We got a safety back there. Maybe if that safety cheats up, which he did. Terry's got it. Yes, diving catch. Wow. Okay, if JJ Ford put a little bit too much mustard on that, because had Terry not had to dive for that ball, we could be tying this game up, but it's a good catch nonetheless. Okay, TE attack, we're calling it. I did mention last episode that maybe I might start to put some sort of cooldown on this, but the coach calls it, all the time. So it's not, I'm not just calling this play, but it seems to work out for Bart. Let's see if it works out for Logan Thomas. We are going to roll out this time, and we do have Thomas, and Thomas catches it, and it doesn't matter if it's Bart Burns, Logan Thomas, freaking John Bates, put a gosh dang long snapper in there. I don't care. The tight end attack is, and that was close too, because we had pressure and we were throwing on the run. So that was not some walk in the park there, but we were able to get it off just in time. Logan Thomas, the backup tight end, comes in and scores. So we'll see what Bryce Young does out of the shotgun formation this time. We're not going to send Jamin Davis on the blitz, and we just completely whiffed the tackle. What is going on with my life? God, man, we had a clean line on Sanders again. That's like 2 times now that we should have dropped Sanders, for a loss or no gain. That one, he was coming out of the flats and just completely missed the tackle there. So I guess I will certainly own that one, as that was on me. Can't blame the CPU or anybody on that. At any rate, though, 7-7 is your score here after 1. Carolina Panthers going to give it. Oh, no, I had Jonathan Allen in the backfield, but I bit on the play fake. That bit tremendously. So Bryce Young and Frank Reich and these guys, they're dialing up some good plays here. I'm impressed. I got to say, I am impressed to start. We're going to guess pass in this scenario here and see what Bryce Young does coming out of the shotgun. Miles Sanders, he might just be having a career day today, as he already is close to the half-century mark, but he may be hurt. It looks like Sanders was favoring his ribs there, so we'll see if Chuba Hubbard comes in. No, Sanders is still there, so I guess whatever was happening there, it couldn't have been too bad, and that's going to be another play fake. Nice route there by the tight end. I think that's Tommy Tremble, number 82, and Bryce Young, 7 for 8. So our defense has been a hot topic as of late. Last week against Carolina, we finally played decent, only allowing 22 points. Had a couple picks in there and whatnot. And this game, looking like we might be going back to our old ways, as Miles Sanders going to put the Panthers up 14-7. Starting to see why Bryce Young has attained that superstar development trait here in Madden, because he's definitely playing great. Absolutely. I mean, him and Ford both. But of course, Ford does have that one blemish on his record. And Brian Robinson, we get a look at his day. 6 carries, 41 yards, averaging nearly 7 yards per carry. So going to Brian may be the move here. Not 100% sure, but we're definitely going to not run it towards Brian Burns. That much is for sure. And having Brian Burns and Bart Burns on the same team here, B. Burns, that's just not going to be well for me. I'm going to be calling them the wrong names all game long, I presume. And now we find ourselves in a 3rd and 10, and they're not calling my play that I usually like, the verticals out of the trips bunch, so that's not going to be an option here on the table, but we'll see if maybe something else can develop. I like Brian on an out route. Maybe he will be left uncovered and we'll be able to get it to him, or we're going to try George Williams, and couldn't lay it in there. So Sentinels are going to be forced to punt back to the Carolina Panthers, who have full momentum now, might I add. Not even sure what the good old M factor is, but I know it's going to be something that's going to make my day a little bit worse than it was. How about a big hit from St. Juice? Somebody make him fumble the fumble. Yes, yes. St. Juice laid out the hit stick, and the ball carrier was still going, and I'm not sure who ultimately jarred that thing free, but how about that? I know that St. Juice had a big hit stick, and the return man tried to keep going. There's the hit stick by St. Juice, number 25. Davis spins away, and was it Justin Hayward? It was was it Cody Barton? No, that's David Mayo. David Mayo, number 51. Okay. I see you, David. And Henderson, not even sure who that is.
What?
Henderson, I don't know. You got me. But he was able to pick it up, and that was huge for us. Oh, boy, did we need that, because the Panthers probably, the way that they've been playing in this game, probably would have went up 21-7. But instead, we have the ball in great field position. Now, let's just make something happen with it, please. Not another pick. That would be nice. Let's just slow things down here, Sentinels. Going to be a screen pass to Dudley Saxton, assuming that we have protection, which we do, and we know Dudley has the speed, but those blockers, man, just couldn't get down the field in time, unfortunately. Now, we are in field goal range, so I would not be totally upset with having to kick, but really want to answer with a touchdown. So let's just do that, please. I see Curtis Samuel, but he's not going to quite get there. And coach wants us to go for it. And you know what? I'm on board with that as well. I think inside zone to Brian Robinson should be enough to get the job done here. Got to have some good blockers. So I think we're going to ID up. I think that's probably Shaq Thompson over there. Hopefully running behind Will Devlin and Brandon Scherf will be enough to get it. And Brian, I think he fought forward. And just barely got what he needed. Dante Jackson, the safety, goes down, but I think that Brian got what he needed, and he did. So coach says TE attack, but I'm not going to do it, man. If we're going to win, I don't just want to be calling the same plays every single time. So how about a nice pass to Terry, who's still on his feet? Oh, just short, they say. Wow. I thought McLaurin crossed the plane on the second effort there. But what a way to absorb the contact from Terry. Still going. I wish there was a button in Madden that you could reach. Although I feel like that would result in tons and tons of fumbles. but I think they should add like a reach button, like, you know, as you're getting tackled type of thing, you can reach over and try to get the first down or cross the plains, whatever the case may be. But we got the ball on the 1. Let's see if Brian can punch this in, and he will. So that fumble on the kick on the punt return does prove to be very costly for the Panthers. Brian gonna spike it into the end zone, and pending the Joey Sly extra point, we should be able to tie this thing up. But our defense has so far been a bit absent in this game, so gonna need them to clock in for freaking duty. So far it has been the run from Sanders and company that has really been killing us, and there's Jonathan Allen. And what's up with these injuries, man? Cody Barton now gonna leave the game, so that's not good to see. But Jonathan Allen getting in the backfield is good to see, because he's been hurt for about, what, 6 weeks? I want to say 6-7 weeks, and hopefully having him back can be the answer to some of these defensive woes that the Sentinels have been facing here. We'll see what Young does here on this one. He is going to check it down to his receiver, but he's not really able to get too far as he's pushed out of bounds. And 3rd and 13 upcoming. Barton will come back, so yay. All right, we're guessing pass. We're shading inside here. Hopefully we can get the Panthers off of the field. Hopefully in the middle of the field. Why is it always so open? Oh my God, can somebody just play their zones? Is that possible? And Bryce Young wasn't even looking. Bryce Young wasn't even looking. This dude just turned around and freaking pirouetted look, okay. This is where Bryce Young releases the ball. You tell me how he knows that Jonathan Mingo is going to get open on this route. It's like, okay, he is looking towards his own goal line. Bruh. That's crazy. Okay, we're dialing up a little bit of pressure here. Hopefully some of it can get home, because so far Bryce Young is just way too comfortable in that pocket. And how about Justin Hayward this time not missing the tackle on Miles Sanders? And this is 3rd and 13, man. We got to get them off of the field. We have to. We have to get them off of the field, please. We're going to man up here. We're going to guess pass, and we're going to shade inside, because that is where Bryce Young has been making his killing so far in this game, so we'll see where he wants to go. He's deep bombing it, and you got to be kidding me, man. Oh my God, what team is this? What team is this? That's KJ Hamler. And he had Kendall Fuller on him, who's a good corner. This Panthers team is tough. I guess I'm seeing why they are, having the record that they have here. So we'll see what Bryce Young does. Going to be a give to Sanders. 3rd touchdown of the freaking game for Miles Sanders, and another injury to the Panthers offensive lineman Brady Christensen. But it's an offensive shootout here. Most definitely. It is an offensive shootout. And seeing as how the Panthers do get the ball back again, as I mentioned, after halftime, we got to score. We got to score. How about a kick return? A good kick return. Can I ever get one of those? To the 23, the way that I return kicks, I would say that's actually pretty decent. 2-minute warning. Clock is stopped here. I am going to put Jahan Dotson on a streak, I think, and might also have Dudley Saxton on this little Texas route here. I don't like any of it, so just going to throw that thing into the turf. All right, guys, this is the best time to call it. PA X Bunch Nasty. I haven't called it yet in this game. We're going to need the protection to hold up, but 3rd and 8, we got to score before halftime. Let's see if we can get it done. Please, need some blockers. Need some blockers. There's Samuel. And
they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
So often I say should have touched past it, and I bullet past it. That one was actually the opposite. That one should have been a bullet pass, because it needed to get there a little bit quicker. And if the good old single back X Bunch Nasty play is not working, then you might be in for a long day. And the Panthers are going to get this very close to midfield. Yeah, do I just have to have Chase Young or somebody always be sitting there in the middle of the field? You do that, and then you got Adam Thielen bursting it to the outside. And 3rd and 3, I think it has to be pressure. We're going to come out zone, and we're going to audible into some pressure here. So hopefully some of this can get home. I'm not holding my breath on anything, but someone please tackle Miles Sanders. Thank you. We're going to call a timeout. And this will also be a pretty long field goal too, I would say, from Eddie Pinheiro. Assuming that they kick it, I'm thinking that they will. They will kick it. So this is going to be a 50-plus yarder. Maybe a nice blocked kick animation from Benjamin St. Juste. We got that the other week. And the field goal is going to be no good. Wide right from Pinheiro. So the Sentinels defense does stand, finally. Hello. Thanks for clocking in to work, gents. Cannot squander this, though. We squandered the last one. I am going to put Logan Thomas on a streak in this situation. Might have McLaurin on the slant as well. It's Thomas. Can it get there? Can the ball get there? Nice catch there. Going to call our second timeout. 47 seconds. Just got to at least get into field goal range here. I'm looking probably at Logan Thomas or maybe Terry on the comeback. And it's going to be a sack. It's going to be a sack. We had instant pressure, man. Instant pressure in the backfield, and we never had a shot on that one. So really, I mean, not too much that we can do here. Try to get into field goal range, I guess. We're going to come out gun verticals. 20 seconds left on the clock. Let's see if someone can please get open here. I think it's actually George Williams. Can't hang on to it. That's going to bring up 3rd and 19. All right, here we go, guys. Can we pick this up? Can we pick this up? Somebody is open, and that is George Williams. 4th and inches. We're going to call a timeout. We're going to call a timeout. Wow. George Williams somehow able to hang on to that one. I can't believe that. And that's going to put us in Joey Sly field goal range for a 52-yarder. So I am shutting up now. That kick should be good, but it might be okay. It stays in there. So, all right, putting points on the board before halftime. It's not the 6 that we wanted, but hey, sometimes beggars can't be choosers, right? And most important thing is we draw a little bit closer. Panthers do get the ball back, though, after halftime. So our defense, they started to show some flashes on that last drive, started waking up a little bit, but I think that we might actually switch our focus to something to do with the run coming out of the locker room. Now, as far as our game plan, I had blitz counter. I am going to go, we're going to go throw it deep, help out some of these receivers on the routes, and we're going to defend the inside run because that is where Miles Sanders has done most of his damage today. So we're going to have a big defensive stop here. Hopefully, I think if we want to stay competitive in this one, because a dagger touchdown by the Panthers, not saying it's over, still 2 quarters of football left to go, but it's going to make it a pretty tough battle to climb. We're going to come out contain here to start because I want Justin Hayward just kind of spying the middle of the field. Not even so much for Bryce Young. Oh, pick from Cam Curl. Yes. What a way to start. What a way to start indeed. Oh, man. All right, then. Well, Sentinels pretty much, and Cam Curl just pushed James Smith-Williams too. So, okay. Cam Curl just undercut that route from Gerald Everett, jumped right in front of it, and the Sentinels could not have asked for a better way to start this one out. Now, we're going to have to pay it off with some points, though, preferably a touchdown. We're already in field goal range, so that is good. We're going to start out running this thing here with Dudley Saxton. Need a block. Dudley got one, and the little fellow there upended. Dudley Saxton is not a big guy. Brian Robinson is our power back. And look, coach suggestion, TE attack. You better believe your freaking britches. I'm going to go to it. Hopefully, we will have the protection that we need to make this thing happen. Not sure if I'm going to be able to roll out to the left or not. We shall see. But you know I'm looking for Logan Thomas all the way. And see, J.J. Ford is going to ultimately take the sack. And now it is 3rd and 12. And we still are in field goal range, but it would be a long one. So let's try to pick this up here. Really key, I think, that we do. And, man. All right, well, that drive stalled. That drive definitely stalled. We're going to kick the field goal with Joey Sly, but that is disappointing. Disappointing indeed, because we were gifted with a great field position there. Opening drive interception from Cam Curl, and we're only able to put 3 on the board, so now it's a 1-point game. And we are coming out here in a blitz. We're dime blitzing here. Hopefully somebody can get home. Hayward's not going to blitz. He is going to play extra protection. And look at Chase Young. Miles Sanders never had a chance as Chase Young was there to meet him in the backfield for a loss of 3. Now the question here is, do we go man? Do we go zone? We're going to come out dime here, and we're probably going to have Cody Barton here drop back into coverage. That's typically what I do in these situations. And oh man, early breakup. Nice. Now again, what is the call here? Man or zone? Man or zone? I think that we're going to actually audible into zone. We're going to guess pass. We're going to shade inside. We're going to have Chase Young spy the middle of the field because that's where Young always goes. Young, that one's probably going to go out of bounds. Just no PI. And okay, defense starting to hone in here. Starting to lock in here. But if the offense can't complement the defense and can't pay off our drives with touchdowns, Carolina is just always going to be hanging around in this thing, and we really can't have that. How about some blockers? Does anybody want to block a kick return for Dudley Saxton? So let's come out gun mesh spot. I like that. No longer are the short routes really going to be a problem as we made our focus throw it deep. So maybe one of these drags can get open. I think it's going to be Logan Thomas trying to turn up field, and Logan keeping his body churning, picking up a nice first down, and that is exactly what the Sentinels needed. All right, guys, this drive is everything. We're going to streak Terry again. This is the same play that we hit him on press earlier. We'll see what that safety does. If not, we'll probably, we're going to have to probably check this one down. And Jahan Dotson, no PI there?
What?
Oh, man, Shaq Thompson with the good coverage. And we're going to have to punt. I mean, what else do we do in this situation? We have to punt, as much as I don't like to do that. I mean, I'm definitely not going for it in our own territory and giving the Panthers pretty much guaranteed points. We'll see where this ball is going to check up and going to be a touchback, and need our defense to just keep playing good because we're giving the Panthers all the freaking chances in the world. Guess pass, shade inside. That seems to be the recipe here for success. So how about another pick? Ooh, Jartavius Martin. No, but he broke it up though. Okay. Thought that he was maybe going to have a play on the ball, but at least he was able to break it up. So I will definitely take that. Now we'll see if Bryce Young goes to Miles Sanders out of the single back formation here. He is. John Allen and the boys are able to stop him. Another key third down. So what did we do last time? I forget. We're going to come out nickel. I think we're going to go zone defense. We're going to guess pass. We're going to shade inside. That's what worked last time. We'll see. Oh, that's so wide open and no one's there. No. Gerald Everett, the tight end, takes this all the way to midfield. And Cam Curl's arm is literally going through his body. So very interesting to see there. So far, no sacks on Bryce Young, so I do not like to see that. Tried to be a read option, but Jamin Davis was there to meet him. Not fooled on that play at all. And you know what? I never even put my option defense on conservative, so maybe that's probably a good thing to do. Dime formation. We got extra DBs on the field here. Surely we can prevent the Panthers from picking up 12. Please, I just need it. Bryce Young, where's he going to go? Oh, nice D by Kendall Fuller. Man, Kendall Fuller these last few episodes hasn't had any picks, but he has defended some pretty tough passes. And the trend is continuing for Fuller, as that one could have been 6. So Cameron Johnston going to come in to punt it back deep to Dudley Saxton, and this is going to be a nice punt as it's going to go out of bounds from the 9. 92 yards to go until we can get pay dirt, but right now I'm just trying to get some first downs with Brian Robinson. Pickup of 5 is not the worst thing in the world because Brian, you know, he started out great, and I think this is a time to go to draw play. You know, typically I call coach suggestions, but every now and again, and I do definitely like this coverage here that the Panthers came out in. So let's see if Brian can get a first down. He's very close. 3rd and inches. He is going to be denied. And this may be a time where, I was going to say we go quarterback sneak, but I don't think that's really the best way to go. We will inside zone to Brian Robinson. Trust him to pick up a couple yards here. A couple inches. Matter of fact, can Brian do it? I think he can. He does. Very good. Sentinels going to keep this drive going. Thank God. Okay, 50 seconds to go here. I need Logan Thomas to block. This is also going to be a play action rollout. I think Terry might be there, and he is. Way to hang on to it. JJ Ford now getting close to 200 yards, and I would be perfectly okay if this was just like a slow, methodical drive. I mean, I want to, it's still got the whole fourth quarter to go. I realize that. But I would like to kind of eat some of this clock up here. We're going to run it away from Bart Burns. There we go. I did it. Brian Burns. I told you I was going to do it. Gain of 3, and that will take us into the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere, guys. 20-21. We got ourselves a good old-fashioned Donnybrook brewing here. We are now beating the Panthers in rush yards, and they still are beating us in pass yards. So it's a back-and-forth affair here. Don't really like any of these plays that the coach is suggesting for me, but we're going to have to pick one because I do try to go coach suggestions as much as I can. So 2nd and 7. Who's going to get open here? Who's going to get open? Nobody. Just going to throw it away. Okay, we're going play action out of the gun here on 3rd and 7. So I need Logan Thomas to block, need some protection, and somebody should be able to get open in the pressure. Somebody hold a freaking block. Please. Somebody hold a block. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for much, man. I'm not asking for much at all. And I swear, we have had so many chances. So many chances. Come on. Fair catch that. Because I was about to pop that pigskin right out from under you. God, dude. So many chances in this one. It's 2021. It's a good game. I will say that. It is a good game. Check down to Miles Sanders out of the flat. Need another fumble or something like that. A pick from Bryce Young. Anything, the defense I feel like is going to have to ultimately be the ones who win this today, which, yeah, that's scary. That is scary indeed. Bryce Young changing the play. We are not, no, question mark. We're going to stay in man coverage, which is what I initially came out in. Nice defense there as well. Defense stepping up. Can we just get them off the field again and give ourselves another opportunity? Bryce Young getting flushed out. And they say that was caught. Wow. May have to challenge that one. Let's get a look at it on the replay. See if he did, in fact, drag the toes. I'm going to throw the challenge flag. It's not going to work, I don't think. Couldn't get a really good angle on that one. We're going to throw the challenge flag and just see if possibly he wasn't able to. Yeah, we can't really tell from that angle. Or that one as well. That looks to me like that left foot is on the white. And it is! It's overturned! Look at that! Wow! Wow. Overturned on the challenge. Heads up play there by Coach Smallz. I knew just something looked off on that one. I could tell. And it proved to be a very good challenge. But we've got to find the end zone, man. Neither one of these teams have found the end zone since the 2nd quarter, I want to say. 2nd and 9 here. Need some protection. I'm going to have our offensive lineman, Larry Jenkins, block a little bit extra for us. And who wants to get open? That may be Logan Thomas. And Logan hangs on, having a big day. Wow, his brother Bart Burns got injured earlier. And remember now, if you watch season 1 of the Sentinels, Logan Thomas was a 1,000-yard receiver, I think. If not, he was very close. But Logan Thomas, he can ball. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to catch the ball and get some yards. And he just had a big one there. So let's keep this momentum going. Please, there's our other tight end, John Bates, and he's not able to hang on to it, unfortunately. Coach says single back PA cross, and I definitely agree with him. This is not the X-Bunch nasty either, but we're going to need some protection, which we haven't really had too much of. I think it's our tight end again, John Bates. There we go. Nice. Taking this one to the 6-yard line. I thought about going for the end zone shot to George Williams on that one, but just trying to play a little smart here, man. No need to do anything crazy. And I'm not a big fan of these outside HB stretches. I would much prefer to do something inside zone related here for Brian, and that's what we're going to do, but we actually lose one on that one. All right, guys, coach suggestions, gun drive. I like it. Gun drive. Terry, you, my friend, are going to have to go on a slant. That is what I need you to do. Might also have George Williams. We'll see what these linebackers decide to do here. We're going to give it to George. George gets in. Yes. George Williams, 6'9" rookie, doing his thing. The rookie out of Wisconsin definitely needed that. And the coach also says to go for 2 as well. And this is a situation I do not care. I am calling Y-stick. I'm calling Y-stick. I'm not losing this game. Or I shouldn't say that. I don't want to lose this game. Y-stick to Terry should be the recipe for success. And how did Terry hang on to that? Oh, my God. That was not easy at all. That was not easy at all. Usually those Y-sticks get open pretty dang easy, but not this one. Terry had to work for that. I mean, I don't know why he stopped on his route. Maybe it was just really good defense. I mean, he caught that one-handed. I don't know how Terry hauled that one in, but hauled it in he did. And that gives us a 7-point cushion, which is absolutely huge. And our defense has been playing great, but I feel like in Madden, when it gets to be like the last 5 minutes, or if the team is driving for a go-ahead or a tie score, they move it down the field with relative ease. So having that 7-point cushion just makes me feel a lot better. So what is Bryce Young going to do here? So far, I would say he's played pretty good. We'll see if he can continue. That's going to be a give to Sanders, and Sanders was met there. Diamador Lenore can't tackle him either. Jamin Davis finally does. Bryce Young is moving his boys down the field here. Definitely not a bad drive at all. So hopefully Sentinels can just lock in. All we got to do is hang on 4.5 more minutes, guys. Surely we can do that. Going to be a give to Sanders, pushing Jonathan Allen, which is like pushing a freaking Mack truck, but somehow Sanders was able to do it, and now the Panthers get another first down. Bryce Young coming out here shotgun with Sanders to his left. We'll see what he does. It is going to be a Sanders run, and that time not able to escape James Smith-Williams. So a loss of 2 results on the play. We're under 4 minutes now here, guys, so defense playing good. Bend but don't break. I'm totally fine with that. Field goal will not do anything for the Panthers, so they need to score a touchdown here. So let's just keep everything in front of us and not let that happen. Don't let Jonathan Mingo start breaking tackles on the slants. Nice catch and completion from Mingo, and the Panthers are continuing to march.
In Madden, when it gets to be like the last 5 minutes, or if the team is driving for a go-ahead or a tie score, they move it down the field with relative ease.
That is going to take us to the 2-minute warning here in Charlotte. So this game is very exciting / stressful / I don't know what the heck to expect. Don't really want to play a game in overtime, but it's looking like that may be what happens here. So we'll see. Bryce Young throwing it into traffic. Laid it out there for Everett. Jartavius Martin with the great sportsmanship. That's going to bring up 2nd down here again. Now, we went dime blitz last time. I think we're going to nickel up this time here, and we're going to play zone, hopefully good zone defense. We're going to do our normal guess pass, shade inside, blah, blah, blah. See where Bryce Young decides to go. He's going to go check down to Gerald Everett, but that is not going to be the yardage that he needs, as he's only able to pick up 3. So all we need to do is hold on for 2 more downs, guys. 2 more downs. Do you have it in you? That is the question. Please. And, oh, God, Gerald Everett breaks the tackle. Panthers going to score here for sure. And right now, I just kind of want them to score, get this over with, so we can march down and hopefully kick a game-winning field goal, because we all know they're going to score. We all know they're going to score, maybe, and there it is. So Gerald Everett, he was the man on this drive. He was a man playing a boys' game. That much is for sure. Now, block kick animation would be lovely. Can we get it with Benjamin St. Juste? We will not. And here we go, guys. 28 all on the scoreboard. We got a minute and 18 seconds to get down into field goal range. We have to play smart football. We cannot do anything dumb. Don't need to play hero ball. You know, if we please, Dudley, don't fumble it, please. If we somehow don't get it, I'm okay going into overtime. We'll start going draw play to Robinson. Coach called it, and I kind of like it. Need some good blockers. Brian trying to keep it going, and he is doing a decent job of that. Now, we got a minute to go here. No need to rush. I am going to take the controls here for a minute, and I like screen pass to maybe Dudley Saxton, yes, or maybe Brian. We'll do Brian Robinson. Gotta kind of play up-tempo here, but remember, just have to get into field goal range. So please, we got pressure instantly coming. Come on, Brian. Keep fighting forward. He's not going to be able to do it, and we are going to call a timeout on this one. Gonna trust Brian Robinson to pick up 1 yard. Come on, Brian. I know you can do it, brother. Okay, very good. And an injury timeout to Will Devlin, our center. So that is definitely not good. We got 41 seconds, and I don't like any of these plays, man. I do not like any of these plays at all. I may have to jump in here and, you know, I don't like to do this, but at the same time, we need a victory. We need a victory. Our playoff hopes are hanging in the balance. So we're going to go shotgun with some crossers on the field. Need some protection, please. Who is going to get open? Is it going to be Curtis Samuel? It is, and Curtis gets out of bounds. That one was not easy. That one was not easy at all, as I just kept dropping back, and DJ Johnson almost got to me. Now all we got to do is just have a couple, maybe just one couple good runs here, and we should be able to kick a field goal and get out of Charlotte by our short and curlies here, because this game was did not expect it to be this competitive. And the only thing I can't have happen, Panthers not calling a timeout, by the way, which is very strange. So we're going to let this thing tick down all the way and try to kick a game-winning field goal with Joey Sly. 28-28. Does not get any closer than this. And surely the Panthers will try to ice me. So we're going to line up for the kick with Sly, and there's the ice. So I'm going to have to kick this kick iced, which I don't think I've really kicked too many of those in this season. So I may be a little rusty. At any rate, I am shutting up right now and just going to try my best to drill this. That's way off. That's so off, dude. That's so off. I already know it's off. It's the ice. Okay, so we're going to overtime. That is what's happening right now. And we're going to go tails. Tails never fails. Well, it failed that time. But it doesn't really matter, because with the new overtime rules, both teams are going to have a chance to possess and score the ball, so it does not really matter. But all I had to do was drain that kick, and the ice got me. The ice got me. So it's anybody's ball game now. I may need to pause and go take some extra blood pressure medication, because I was definitely not prepared to play an OT game today. That much is for sure. So how about defense? Defense, please. I need you. I just need you. I need you to just play good. Let's have a good drive here. Not allow anything crazy. And just get the ball and get out of here with a victory. There's Jonathan Allen. Loss of 1-2 Miles Sanders. Okay, Bryce Young coming out shotgun here. 4 wide receiver spread. Going to be a draw play to Sanders. I didn't see that one coming. Nobody can tackle him, but he kind of got stopped up there by his own guy as he was looking for the crease, and it never really happened. And this is our chance, guys. This is our chance indeed. Can we get the Panthers off of the field here? I surely hope so. Don't know where Young is going to go. He's going to go to Thielen. Haven't really called his name too much today at all. Called it there in a huge situation. And we got to be mindful of the clock too, because we're on the accelerated clock here. And the Panthers, depending on what they do, they could just, you know, drain most of the clock down and never even give us a chance to possess the ball, which I would not be happy about at all. So I think dime blitz here in this situation. Yes, I'm a little scared to do this, but we're going to do it anyways, and hopefully it pays off. There's Thielen again. I just don't have a good feeling about this, guys. I do not have a good feeling. 2nd and 10, Bryce Young changing his protection or changing something about the play at the line, and Bryce Young going to look to step up and wounded duck as he was trying to evade the pressure. Now, if we can force them to kick a field goal, I would definitely feel good about that one. And they're coming out single back, so interesting. We are going to show blitz. Not going to be a blitz, but we're going to at least show blitz. Where's Bryce Young going to go? He's looking for receivers. He can't find any. And how did Gerald Everett catch that? How did he catch that? There is no way. I mean, should I challenge that one? I don't know, man. Did he have possession? I called, oh, and I can't challenge it now. Maybe, will they booth review that? Will they booth review that? Because I should be able to booth review. Come on, please. If this gets overturned, they will have to kick a field goal that will give us a chance to drive down, score a touchdown, and win this freaking game, because I'm about tired of playing the Panthers. I don't think Gerald Everett ever possessed that ball. It's hard to tell with Madden animations. You know, they're probably predetermined. And they say it was a catch. Wow. Wow.
After review of the play,
we're going to lose this game, aren't we, guys? We're going to lose this game. I can just see it. I can see that we're going to lose this game, and we're going to have to go down, score a touchdown, tie it. Oh, wait, what? No. How's that? No. New overtime rules. Both teams should have a chance to possess the ball, right? There's no way. There is no freaking way. Both teams should have a chance to possess the ball. And we never did. Each team will have the opportunity to possess the ball unless the team that gets the ball first scores a touchdown on the opening possession. It's the overtime rule. It's the playoff overtime rules. If the team that got the ball first doesn't score a touchdown or blah, 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 both teams will now get at least one possession, even if the team that has the first possession scores a touchdown. So that's where I was thinking of the playoff. I don't know, man. That's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. And, it came down to that field goal. I had a chance to end it in regulation. I got iced. I missed the field goal, and the Panthers won. So very tough, and that really does a huge blow to our playoff hopes. Definitely not over. We got 3 games left, but now I would say that we really, really, really have to win out. I don't even want to look at the stats because I am very upset about that one. That is not one of those losses that, you feel good about. You say, hey, we went out there and did everything. No, we had a chance to end it. I missed the field goal. And now we're going to drop to 7-7 as a result. And this NFC East division is so competitive that, 7-7, I may, in another division, I may feel good about that. But in this division, unless these other teams start losing, man, that is going to be really huge. We're going to have to beat the Giants next week. There is no doubt about that. That is a must-win game. Have to beat the Giants. And guess what? Bart Burns going to be out for 4 weeks with an abdominal tear. So I don't know, guys. We're definitely still in the thick of it, but man, I'm just so upset about that loss. Still had fun though. It was still a great episode. I hope you guys had a great time as well. Last 3 weeks, got to win out. So that is going to do it for me tonight. As always, I appreciate you stopping by. I will catch you on the next one. Until then, peace.